a time, there was a dear little girl who was loved by everyone who looked at her, but most of all by her grandmother. There was nothing that she would never give to her. Once she gave to her a red riding hood, which suits her so well, and she never wear anything else. So she will always call Red Riding Hood. One day, her mother said to her,
"Come, little Red Riding Hood, take this piece of cake and a bottle of wine to your grandmother. She's ill and weak, and it will take good care of her. Walk nicely and quietly, and do not lead off the path. You will get lost, or you will fall and break the bottle. And remember, when you walk into the room of your grandmother, always say good morning."
"I will take great care." The grandmother lived out in the wood, half a league from the village, and just when Red Riding Hood go into the wood, a wolf met her.
Good day, little Red Riding Hood.
Thank you, kindly wolf.
Where did you go so early?
To my grandmother's house,
What do you have in this basket?
cake and wine.
Where does your grandmother live?
Her house stands under the oak trees. You surely must know it.
Wolf thought that it would be better to eat Little Red Riding Hood than a grandmother, but if he wanted to eat both of them, he had to act really clever. So he said,
See, little Red Riding Hood, the flowers here are so pretty. Why don't you look around? I believe too that here you don't hear how thrilling the little birds are singing. You are going in this beautiful way while I went in this other way. Are you agree, little Red Riding Hood?
Little Red Riding Hood raised her eyes, and when she saw the sunbeams dancing here and there through the trees, she thought,
Suppose I take grandmother a fresh nosegay. It's so early in the day that I shall still in a good time.
so she went from path to the woods. Whenever she saw a flower, she saw a pretty one and picked up. And so she went deeper and deeper into the woods.
Meanwhile, the wolf goes straight to the grandmother's house and knocked at the door.
Who's there?
Little Red Riding Hood, I'm bringing cake and wine. Open the door, please.
Leave the latch. The door is open. I cannot get up.
The wolf lifted the latch. The door sprang open, and without saying a word, he went straight to the grandmother's bed and devoured her. Then he put on her clothes and dressed himself in a cap.
The girl had been picking flowers, and when she had a lot of them, she remembered her grandmother.
She was surprised to find the cottage door open. So she went inside and called out,
Good morning.
but there was no reply. So she went into her grandmother's bedroom and found her lying on her bed with the cap pulled far over and looking very strange.
Come in.
Hello, grandmother. Oh, what big here you are.
Better to hear you.
Oh, but grandmother, you have a big eyes.
Better to see you.
Oh, but grandmother, you have a big hands.
Better to hug you.
Oh, and you have a big mouth.
Better to
And scarcely had the wolf said that with one bone he was out of the bed, he swallowed up the Red Riding Hood. When the wolf had appeased his appetite, he began to fell asleep and began to snore very low.
The husband had just passed in the house and thought to himself how loud the grandmother was snoring, and when he went into the room, he saw the wolf.
Do I find you here?
cruel sinner, I have long sought you.
When he made 2 snips, he saw Little Red Riding Hood shining in the wolf's stomach. He made 2 more, and the girl sprang happily out of the wolf's stomach.
Oh, I have stone in my stomach. Oh my God. This was a Little Red Riding Hood story. I hope you like it. Tú dale, Ani, si sale
¡Pero que ya! ¡Paula, de que le doy!
¡A la vuelta!
¡Jamás te pude!
¡Hostia, qué miedo!
Los grandes ositos de peluche.
Someone like you, I wasn't nothing but ¿Está grabando?
Sí.
No la ponemos,
The wolf thought that it would be better to eat Little Red Riding Hood than a grandmother. But if he wanted to eat... The wolf thought that it would be better to eat Little Red Riding Hood than a grandmother. But if he wanted to eat both of them, he had to act really clever. So he said,
Sí, líder. Sí.
No grabamos esta escena en la vida, te lo digo completamente en serio, ¿eh? And this is the
consequence
consequence of the video.
of this video. Little Red Riding Hood